Alright, so now time to walk you through how to put a config on and get the first flash down. So initially you want to go to the repo here, and under config samples you click that and you'll see there's a whole bunch here. The external drivers in the button box are just examples. Config 3D INI is the one that has everything listed. So all the defaults are listed, such as these. They're commented out, but if you are curious what all of the config options are, these are there, and a lot of the defaults are there. Now, instead of that one though, that's a good one to review, but the one you want initially, or at least the one I use, is the minimal INI. So I typically download this minimal one. It gives you just a basic setup config that's functional, and download the raw file. Now I want to take that and I want to put it onto the SD card. Okay, so I drag and drop it over there. Now I'm going to rename this as config.ini. Alright, so now we have a valid config on the SD card. Now it's time to put the firmware on and get it so that the initial first flash is done. Now, go back to the main page of the repo, go to latest bins, latestbins.zip, download it. So now open this up with the archive manager, go through it, and I want the bin file. That's the only one I need currently. So smoothiev2.bin, extract that. It's going to ask where I want to put it. I'm going to put it into my SD card, extract, show the files, well, whatever. Alright, and then I'm going to rename this smoothiev2.bin as flashme.bin, and this will make it so that when it's initially put into the machine, it will flash the firmware on boot. Since the config, if you read the config options, flash on boot is true. This is the default. So every time you put the card in, it's going to do that. Alright, so now that I have a valid config and the flashme.bin on the card, I put it in the board. I'm gonna just reset it and watch the LEDs here. See how they stay off for a long time while this is going on? This is normal. That's what should happen after a few seconds. And since I have a valid config, only one light is flashing. If there was a problem with the config or the SD card, that would have two lights or other errors. Now, I had the UART monitoring, so it shows me that everything configured right in the UART log, and it gives you all the warnings for things that aren't configured, network or whatever else. So, that's basically how it works. That's what you should be expecting every time you flash the board. So when you get a new board, you should download a new file, a new bin, probably put it on the SD card and flash it through. Make sure you don't interrupt it though. Make sure you wait for the 10-20 seconds, however long it takes for the lights to quit flashing, or start flashing, I should say. And don't reset in that process. And if there is an issue, there are some tools to fix it. You can also log in or plug in a JTAG and fix it that way as well. But so far we've had one person who had a bad flash and they managed to fix it using the upload tools that Jim had made and put into the repository.